Today's broadcast is being brought to you by Crossroads Community Services Board. Is one of 39 Virginia community services boards. Crossroads offers community resources for mental health, developmental disability services, substance use disorder counseling, drug prevention programs, family therapists, and much more. Crossroads services the counties of Amelia, Buckingham, Charlotte, Cumberland, Lunenburg, Nottoway, and Prince Edward counties in Virginia. If you would like to reach out to the administrative services, you can reach them by mail at 60 Bush River Drive, Farmville, Virginia, 23901, or by phone at 434-392-3187. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, their national line is 866-307-0370. Any emergency services 24/7 is 800-548-1688. And if you need to reach out to the National Suicide Crisis Line, just dial pound 988. Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters NT, on the World Wide Web at LegacyFinancialWellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Legendary Culture Films, one of the hottest and upcoming movie production companies, would like to let you know about a couple movies that they have out currently, and one of them on the way. First, the movie Black Sheep, currently airing on Tubi, is about a young hustler trying to make the transition from the streets, becomes an outcast and the target, and it turns into war in the city. It is a great movie. If you want to catch it, it's on Tubi right now. Another great movie that's coming to Tubi soon, Legend Has It. It's about a young warlock seeking revenge on his mother's killers, an action-packed thriller that will have you out of your seats. Legend Has It is coming soon from Legendary Culture Films. And a new movie in development, Boys in the Woods. That should be a very interesting one coming from Legendary Culture Films. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-5111. Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com. Last but not least, Perfect Mix, the 100% natural, handcrafted, fruit blended premium lemonades. If you want the perfect lemonade, Perfect Mix is just right for you. Follow us on our Instagram and Facebook pages. Instagram at Perfect Mix, on Facebook at Perfect Mix. You can go and get your orders right now. Just reach out to us via our social media pages. Shipping and delivery are available. Hey, and you're probably wondering, where do I find the Legacy Maker Sports Network? Well, first of all, you can head over to our website at www.legacymakersports.com to check out all the latest in the sports world. Also, if you want to check us out on our social media pages, you can reach us on Facebook and in LinkedIn at Legacy Maker Sports Network. You can reach us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Legacy Maker Sports. And then you can reach us on Twitter, aka X, at Legacy Maker SPN. Make sure you give us a like, a share, and why don't you go ahead and subscribe to our channels. Once again, we thank you all for tuning in to the Legacy Maker Sports Network. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I am your man, Darrell Owens, and we are here live at the Siegel Center to bring you today's broadcast as the Richmond Spiders, the 17-4 Richmond Spiders, a team that went 6-0 in the month of January and looking to get things started on the right foot here in February. Then on top of that, they're going to be taking on the VCU Rams, 8-14, 4-6 in the Atlantic 10, still trying to get things going. The last time these two teams faced off, we saw a VCU team. They scored early, and then after that, they never got the lead back. Richmond went on a tear in the first quarter, and they just kept extending the lead in front of a crowd of 5,000. It was just a really tough goal for VCU. Now today, part 2 of the hashtag Battle of the 804 here on the Legacy Maker Sports Network, and it'll be fun to see if VCU can try to punch Richmond in the mouth and make things happen on their front. Look, coming into this game, VCU is a heavy underdog. So we're going to see if they're able to make that happen. The starting lineups are happening now as we speak. Starting for the Richmond Spiders at the guard, Alicia Newell, averaging 7.8 points per game. Ali Sweeney, one of the best point guards in the Atlantic 10, averaging 10.5 points per game with 3 rebounds. Rachel Olstrom, averaging 15.4 points a game. Rachel has been on a tear lately. We've seen her become the Atlantic 10 Player of the Week. And just a couple weeks ago, after her performance against VCU and against Dayton, and she's looking to continue her hot streak right now. Then, on top of that, we're going to see Tiara Simon, the former St. Louis prodigy, now over here at Richmond. She's bringing that veteran presence. Then we see Maggie Dugan. Maggie Dugan is one of the best players in the country, averaging 22.7 points per game. So we're going to see what Dugan can bring, to the floor today and see if she can continue her hot streak. For VCU, we have Soraya Griffin. In the last broadcast that we had a chance to do, Griffin had herself a day with 18 points, getting the win over George Washington after a very furious George Washington comeback. And then we have Deja Preston at the other guard position, along with Leah Crespin. So those will be the other 2 guards for VCU. Now, as we talked about before, no Maria Ana Asari. She is gone for the season. A very tough blow for VCU. And then they'll have Ann Zachariah as one of the 4 positions. She's averaging 5.2 points per game. And the young lady in the middle, Lucia Sotelo, she's averaging 2.8 points per game. These two teams have met 95 times. 95 times, with Richmond having a slight edge, 48-47. And, you know, it was a battle. It's always been a battle. We've been doing these games now since 2018, and so every game gets a little bit more tough each time. Now, VCU, like I said, come into this game as a heavy underdog, but you never know in these battles. Today they're doing the support her initiative for VCU, so you know that these young ladies are going to come out and fired up just a little bit to try to get things going in their favor, but it should be a really good one. Now, me personally, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a very, very tough road for VCU, but with this crowd behind them, you never know. It is the Atlantic 10, and anything can happen in Atlantic 10 women's basketball. Once again, everybody, I'm Darrell, Owens, LegacyMaker Sports Network. We're going to switch off. We'll be back at the halftime to kind of give you an update on where everything is. But now, we'll send you over to the broadcast and see how things go. I'm Darrell Owens. I'm bringing you the audio broadcast for the LegacyMaker Sports Network today. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are here. The hashtag Battle of the 804, Part 2, going down right now here on the LegacyMaker Sports Network. The starters have been announced. We got the Richmond Spiders rocking the red uniforms today with the blue trim and blue lettering. The Rams rocking the white uniforms with the gold trim. As Sotelo and Dugan will battle here at the tip-off. Who's going to win this one? Can the Rams shock the Spiders here today? And you can hear the Peppers in the background. One of the best bands in the Atlantic 10. And the tip goes off of the fingers of Sotelo, then off of Dugan. And Soraya Griffin gets possession of the basketball. Her layup is off the glass and a rebound for Richmond. The Spiders are going to try to get things going early as Alicia Newell, driving to the basket off the glass, hits the back of the rim. Rebound by Ann Zachariah. And Zachariah will give it to Crespin. Crespin behind the back, being guarded by Newell. Crespin driving a little bit of trouble there, gives it over to Preston. Now Preston to the top, elbow jumper, can't get it to go, and a rebound by Dugan, hands it off to Newell. Alicia Newell has really showed up and showed out the last couple of weeks. To be honest with you, this entire season for the Richmond Spiders. Over to Sweeney, Sweeney to Dugan. Dugan takes a couple of steps, gets locked up there by Sotelo. Over to Simon, who's being guarded by Crespin. Simon using his size advantage. Had a chance there to put the first 2 points on the board for the Spiders, but it goes off the front of the rim. Great job by Crespin on the defensive front. Crespin and Zachariah. Her three takes 2 bounces off the rim and a rebound by Newell, and she's going to get fouled by Sotelo. So it will be Richmond basketball. And Dugan will get it into Sweeney. Sweeney will give it off to Simon, being guarded by Zachariah. Simon over to Sweeney. Now Sweeney driving. Kick it over to Dugan. Dugan driving, pull-up jumper from the baseline, knocks it down. Maggie Dugan gets the first points of this contest. Spiders up 2-0. Griffin with possession. Here for the Rams, over to Zachariah. She takes a couple dribbles to the wing. We'll give it over to Preston. Now Preston backs out to the wing herself. Over to Sotelo at the top of the key. The give and go to Griffin off the glass, and it will not go. A rebound by Allie Sweeney. Spiders up 2-0. Sweeney finds Ahlstrom, who works from the wing to the block. Preston giving it her best effort. And we've got some contact there. This one is going to be on Deja Preston. And that should send Rachel Ahlstrom to the free throw line. We talked a little bit about how well Rachel Ahlstrom has played this season. And, you know, and in most teams, she would be their #1 player. In most teams, you know, she probably would be their best player, hands down. They have such a great dynamic here in Richmond with Ostrom and Maggie Dugan. Their partnership is just a phenomenal thing to watch. How well they both play and how they feed off of each other. Richmond has something special going with these two young ladies, as Ostrom knocked down both free throws, and now VCU has possession of the basketball. Zachariah at the top, gives it over to Preston on the wing. Being guarded by Ostrom. Back to Crespin at the top. Over to Preston on the wing to Griffin in the corner, who now drives the baseline against Newell, and is stolen away by Allie Sweeney. Sweeney pressing it up the floor. Thought about going to the basket. Pops it over to Newell in the corner, who drives towards the paint. Decides to pull it back out. Over to Sweeney at the top of the key. Back to Newell for three. Alicia Newell's three is no good. Rebound by Ostrom. Now over to Simon on the wing. Back to Sweeney. Sweeney dribbling on the far wing. In between the legs, working against Crespin. Over to Newell for three. Newell's three won't go. A second opportunity won't go down for Alicia Newell. Rebound Rams. Crespin up the floor to Griffin. Hands it off to Preston off the glass for two, and VCU gets on the board. 4-2. Sweeney will pull the three. Allie Sweeney's three is no good. Rebound by Newell. Both teams shooting 1 for 5 to get things started. Newell driving to the basket against Crespin. Over to Ostrom. Inside to Dugan, trying to get her first points of the game, and there's some contact on that one, and that's going to be against Griffin. And that's going to be her first. And we'll see Maggie Dugan head to the free throw line. Maggie Dugan, who comes into this game as a 85% free throw shooter, or 85.9, might as well say 86. And Maggie Dugan's season has been phenomenal, averaging 22.7 points per game. She's one of the top 10 scorers in the nation. And she knocks down the first. And she is having a phenomenal year, making a strong case to be an All-American. And try to maybe even get her second straight Atlantic 10 Player of the Year. And she knocks down both free throws. VCU has the basketball. Preston driving along the baseline, sees Kanerzovic, who thought about the three, then decided to step in and pull up for the jumper, and it does not go. And now we see Deja Preston diving on the ground, but it will go out of bounds, and it will be Richmond basketball, as Dugan will take it out here near the scores table. So Raya Griffin will come out of the game, and Ty Williams will make her way into the game. 6-2 Richmond. Allie Sweeney hands it off to Newell. Newell will take a couple dribbles, give it to Dugan, and now Sam Dewey is in the game. Sam Dewey, what a great pass to Maggie Dugan. Beautiful give and go as Dewey gets the assist, and Dugan now has 4. VCU trying to get some points as Lucy Geifen is now in the game. Her shot inside does not go. Richmond taking it up the floor, and a traveling violation on Dewey. Crespin will give it off to Ty Williams. Big game here for VCU as they continue to try to climb out of the hole they have here in the A-10. But 4 wins in the A-10 so far, sitting at 11. As Kanerzovic tries to get the baby jumper, doesn't go. Rebound by Dugan. VCU right now 11th in the Atlantic 10. Richmond sitting at 3rd. And Alicia Newell will hand it off to Dewey. Dewey's in trouble. Great defense by Preston. A steal by Crespin. all the way, finds Knezevich driving with the left for two. 8-4. Great job by Knezevich. Now they need her to show up and show out in this game. In the last contest, Knezevich only had 4, and she did not score those 4 points until the very end of the game, that last minute. And so they're going to need a lot of her today, along with the Soraya Griffins of the world, to see if they can get things going. All right, everybody, we are at our media timeout. At the media timeout, Richmond up 8-4 over VCU here. We'll be back here on the LegacyMaker Sports Network in just a little bit. Legendary Culture Films has a brand new movie out, Boys in the Woods. When the walls seem like they are closing in and it keeps getting worse, a father is on the run from a local police while dealing with a territorial beef with a rival gang. And against all the odds, his children were kidnapped and held for ransom in the streets of Amelia and Richmond, Virginia. Boys in the Woods, coming to Tubi soon. Be on the lookout from the latest great project from Legendary Culture Films.
I just need one more to get through today.
In 2023, nearly 80,000 Americans died from opioid overdoses, about 3 out of 4 overdose deaths.
I'll send you that new character skin if I lose this one.
For youths aged 12 to 17, esports significantly increases participating in gambling activities.
Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters and T, on the World Wide Web at LegacyFinancialWellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-51. Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Richmond has the basketball, up 8-4 over VCU. Dugan will hand it off to Ava Perchetti, who is now in the game, one of the wonderful freshmen for Richmond. Dewey trying to get the ball inside of Dugan. It's taken away by Ty Williams. Ty Williams up the floor to Preston. Preston trying to get it to Geifin, and she runs into a Dewey roadblock there. Lost control of the basketball. VCU has the basketball inside to Knezevich. Can't get it to go. A second opportunity goes down. It's an 8-6 game. And inside for two. Maggie Dugan is on a nice little tear to get things started. She's got 8 points. As Griffin gets it inside to Deja Preston for two. So we got a tight one to get things started here. And now you see Richmond with the basketball. Dugan's three, no good. Rebound, Ty Williams. And here's a chance to tie this game up. Williams has it, looks inside to Geifen against Dugan, and she knocks it down 10-10. And so it's a tie ball game as Ulstrom being guarded by Griffin. Trying to work something. Try to give it off to Dugan, almost lost control of it. Hands off to Sweeney. Sweeney swings it over to Pachetti, back to Sweeney. Now driving to the basket with the right hand for two. A great job by Ali Sweeney. 12-10. Now Griffin being guarded by Pachetti. Drops it over to Williams. And now Williams using the Geifen pick. Thought about shooting it, gives it over to Konarezovic, working against Dugan. Pull up, jumper, knockdown. The baby jumper, 12-12. VCU is 3 out of their last 3. And now Dugan trying to fire right back with the left. And it's starting to become fast and furious in this one. 14-12, Richmond up. Oh, into the basket, and Deja Preston is holding her knee, and that is not something that you want to see if you're the VCU faithful. They're already dealing with a lot of injuries. We've seen them lose Mariana Asari already, and they've lost Augustin for the year, and now your other starting guard, Deja Preston, is in pain underneath the VCU basket. And we hope that she's okay. So while they're checking in on her, we'll be back here in just a second on the Legacy Maker Sports Network. 14-12, Richmond up. You're probably wondering, where do I find the Legacy Maker Sports Network? Well, first of all, you can head over to our website at www.legacymakersports.com to check out all the latest in the sports world. Also, if you want to check us out on our social media pages, you can reach us on Facebook and in LinkedIn at Legacy Maker Sports Network. You can reach us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Legacy Maker Sports. And then you can reach us on Twitter, aka X, at Legacy Maker SPN. Make sure you give us a like, a share, and why don't you go ahead and subscribe to our channels. Once again, we thank you all for tuning in to the Legacy Maker Sports Network. Are back from the injury timeout. Deja Preston, they were able to get her up. She's walking off the court with a limp. They're going to take her to the back to get her checked out. Tough loss there for VCU if they can't get Preston back. Preston has 4 points in this one so far. But Crespin will head to the free throw line to take the free throws for Preston, and she misses the first. Crespin is a 82% free throw shooter. And she knocks down the second. 14-13, VCU down by 1 to Richmond. Sweeney. And we've got a foul on the floor against VCU. That one's going to get called on Ann Zachariah. As Dugan will head to the free throw line. And this is for the second trip. She's 3 for 3. And looking to make it 4 for 4, and she does. 16-13. Crespin has it for VCU, brings it up the floor, being guarded by Rain Wright, who is now in the contest for Richmond. One of the dynamic freshmen. Crespin will get it over to Griffin, who gets in trouble in the corner, backs it out to McKenna White, who's now in the contest, swings it to the wing to Zachariah, and we've got a traveling violation against Zachariah. It'll be Richmond basketball up 16-13. Dugan gives it off to Sweeney. She takes it near the VCU bench on the wing. Pump fake, gets in a little trouble, lost her footing. Gives it over to Dugan, being guarded by Zachariah. Dugan trying to get something going, is poked away by Zachariah. Somehow Richmond got the basketball. 8 seconds on the shot clock, and it's going to stay here. It was kicked by VCU. And that's going to reset the shot clock to 20. Prochetti will get it in to Sweeney. Less than a minute left here in the first quarter. And a good first quarter has been Tiara Simon for three. Knocks it down, Tiara Simon. She is the one I've said all year long, if she gets going the way Richmond wants her to get going, when Atlantic 10 time and NCAA tournament time comes, that's where a problem is going to start for any team that has to deal with Richmond. And Dugan will come out as Sam Dewey will return back in. So on the floor right now for Richmond is Simon, Sweeney, Dewey, Prochetti, and Wright. On the floor for VCU is Williams, Griffin, Crespin, White, and Zachariah, along with White, who looks inside for two. McKenna White knocks it down. It's 19-15. Sweeney will have possession here, getting some instruction from Coach Aaron Russell, who just a few games ago got his 450th career win. Closing in on the Richmond all-time record for coaches. Sweeney thought about it, swings it to Wright, and that's going to be a traveling violation on Rain Wright. She tried to make something happen there at the last second, and she took that step just before. Looking in, Sweeney, and she had a chance at it. That was Griffin who had a chance at it for VCU. It was a long 2 seconds, but she got it up the floor and still got it off the glass. But that will send us to the second quarter with the score. The Richmond Spiders 19, the VCU Rams 15. We'll be back here on the LegacyMaker Sports Network in just a little bit. Legendary Culture Films and Born Legend Entertainment would like to let you know about a few projects they have going on at the current time. Legendary Culture Films currently has 2 movies out on Tubi. The first one, Black Sheep. It's about a young hustler trying to make a transition from the streets, becomes an outcast and the target, and it turns into war in the city. Black Sheep currently out on Tubi right now. Also, the movie Legend Has It. It's about a young warlock who seeks revenge on his mother's killers, an action-packed thriller that will have you out of your seats. Legend Has It, currently on Tubi right now, so make sure you go check them out. And from Born Legend Entertainment, the man chosen himself with his brand new hit single, Throw That, which is currently out on all major platforms and on heavy rotation on 106.5 The Beat in Richmond, Virginia. So make sure you check out all the great content coming from Legendary Culture Films and Born Legend Entertainment. Perfect Mix, the 100% natural, handcrafted, fruit blended premium lemonades. If you want the perfect lemonade, Perfect Mix is just right for you. Follow us on our Instagram and Facebook pages. Instagram at Perfect Mix, on Facebook at Perfect Mix. You can go and get your orders right now. Just reach out to us via our social media pages. Shipping and delivery are available.
I just need one more to get through today.
In 2023, nearly 80,000 Americans died from opioid overdoses. About 3 out of 4 overdose deaths.
I'll send you that new character skin if I lose this one.
For youths aged 12 to 17, esports significantly increases participating in gambling activities.
Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-51. Second quarter of action about to get underway here from the Siegel Center on VCU's Support Her Day. And it's a nice crowd here from the Siegel Center. Officials Bobby Ray, David Troyan, and Stephanie Barksdale are the referees as Richmond has the basketball coming out of the first quarter here into the second. Alicia Newell has possession, being guarded by Crispin. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Drives to the basket off the glass. Alicia Newell. 21-15 Richmond. Crispin taking the pick from White. Back to White. White working against Ostrom. Hands it off to Zachariah, who pulls the three. Zachariah's three no good. It's tipped by White, but retrieved by Dugan. And the Spiders with a 6-0 lead. Looking to open it up a little bit. Game has been a lot more competitive than what we saw in the first contest. And I knew it would, being here at the Siegel Center. The Rams are 7-2 at home this season. As Allie Sweeney knocks down the three to make it a 9-point lead. The Rams have been good at home this year, struggles on the road and in neutral sites. 8 wins, 7 of them at home. Oh, nice pass by Canaris. We're looking for White, and she bulldozes Allie Sweeney, who picks up the charge. And it will be Spiders basketball. The Spiders with the basketball, bringing it up the floor, up by 9, looking to extend the lead a little more. If you're VCU here, you have to be careful, because this is what I like to call the Spiders' silent runs. It doesn't look like it's just fundamental basketball, and next thing you know, they're up by 20. So VCU has to clamp down here as Newell drives to the basket with the reverse, can't get it to go. Rebound by Zachariah. Knareswick trying to work against Newell, who's one of the best defensive guards in the Atlantic 10. Newell working against Knareswick, trying to work something, gets it in to Geifen, who works with the right off the glass. 17 points for VCU. They're down by 7. Sweeney will drive towards the 8-10 logo. Swing it to Newell for 3. Alicia's Newell third opportunity from the three-point line does not go. Newell has been trying to get it going, but hasn't been able to do it just yet as Crespin drives all the way to the basket for VCU. Kicks it out to Griffin for 3. Her 3 hits off the right side of the rim. Rebound by Newell. And now Newell over to Dugan. Takes a couple dribbles. Thinks about it. Looks inside to Rachel Ostrom, who puts it in for 2. 26-17 Richmond. Crespin being guarded by Newell. Ooh, nice little move by Crespin, driving to the basket, gets some opportunity. Oh, she tried to get it across to Zachariah, which she does. The three doesn't go. Geifin fighting down low with Dewey. Knocked away, and it's going to be a blocking foul against Crespin. After the rebound, they got it over to Newell, and Crespin tried to get position but wasn't able to make it happen, and a blocking foul called against Crespin. Still a 9-point lead as Richmond will take possession. Coach Bethel Boyle has to be happy to an extent so far with the performance. You know, this VCU team has dealt with a lot of adversity the last 2 years. This year, losing your star guard and Mariana Asari, the young lady from Canada, senior. She was definitely, averaging like between 17 and 18 points per game. And so losing that point production has to be tough. As Rachel Ostrom three will rattle out, and it will go flying out of bounds. And there was a couple of people in on that, and they're going to say it was last touched by Richmond. So it will be VCU basketball as Ty Williams will take the ball out, give it over to Crespin, back to Williams, who will bring it up the floor. Ty Williams being guarded by Ostrom. Williams, the young lady from New Orleans, Louisiana, gives those to Kanerzovic inside for two. Katarina Kanerzovic takes it back to 7 points. Sweeney being guarded heavily by Soraya Griffin, who almost took it away, but Sweeney able to get it back. Over to Newell, inside to Ostrom, and Ty Williams is being feisty down there, giving Ostrom all types of problems, but Rachel Ostrom finds a way to put it in. 28-19, and Rachel Ostrom has 6. So we thought we were having a media timeout, but not just yet. Richmond has the basketball. Ostrom to Sweeney, to Dewey, and then over to Newell, to Dugan. And there's some contact where this, I believe, will have her heading to the free throw line. And she does. This will be her third trip to the free throw line. She's 4 for 4 so far. She's shooting around 86% on the season. And the foul was called on Tachenko, who is now in the contest for VCU. And Geifin looking like she's going to make her way back into the game. And Rain Wright for Richmond. Geifin for VCU should be making their way into the game here. And we'll see Newell head out and Griffin head out. Tachenko will toss it in to Williams. He's being guarded by Wright. Right over to Tachenko. Looks inside to Kanerzovic. Oh, she had an opportunity, second chance, and she got it. And Kanerzovic with a big bucket underneath the basket, and then a chance for a three-point play. So let's see if she can make this a 6-point, or excuse me, make this a 8-point game, with it being 30-21. Katarina Kanerzovic having herself a much better game than she had the first matchup, and her free throw rattles out, and it will go to the Spiders. Kanerzovic has 10 points, 5 for 9 from the field with 2 rebounds. Sweeney will have possession here for the Spiders up the floor. And she drives all the way to the corner, pops it out to Ostrom, who then gives it to Dugan, who's at the top of the key. And we've got a whistle. And the foul is on Ty Williams. And she's got 2. So Griffin will come in for Williams. Richmond basketball underneath the basket. Sweeney's taking it out. Over to Ostrom. Back to Sweeney, who takes it towards the top of the key. Over to Dugan from the wing, and her three is no good. Rain Wright with a great offensive effort to try to get the basketball back for the Spiders. She hits the ground pretty hard, and she seems to be okay. And so they're going to take us to the media timeout here with 4 minutes and 59 seconds left here in the first half. Richmond up 30-21 over VCU. We'll be back here in just a second on the LegacyMaker Sports Network. Today's broadcast is being brought to you by Crossroads Community Services Board. Is one of 39 Virginia community services boards. Crossroads offers community resources for mental health, developmental disability services, substance use disorder counseling, drug prevention programs, family therapists, and much more. Crossroads services the counties of Amelia, Buckingham, Charlotte, Cumberland, Lunenburg, Nottoway, and Prince Edward counties in Virginia. If you would like to reach out to the administrative services, you can reach them by mail at 60 Bush River Drive, Farmville, Virginia, 23901, or by phone at 434-392-3187. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, their national line is 866-307-0370. Any emergency services 24/7 is 800-548-1688. And if you need to reach out to the National Suicide Crisis Line, just dial pound 988. Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters and T, on the World Wide Web at LegacyFinancialWellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Legendary Culture Films, one of media timeout is over, and we've got a 9-point Richmond Spider lead here from the Siegel Center. I'm your man, Darrell Owens of the LegacyMaker Sports Network. Glad to bring you our second edition of the hashtag Battle of the 804, this time from the Siegel Center. In the first matchup, we saw the Spiders defeat the Rams 77-47 in a game where Richmond just had control from beginning to end. And now we got a tighter contest here from the Siegel Center. It's only a 9-point game as Rain Wright will head to the free throw line, and she misses the first. Wright is a 67% free throw shooter on the season, and she knocks down the second. 10-point lead here for Richmond. Crespin on the floor here for VCU, along with Griffin, Geifin, Tachinko, and Kanerzovic. On the floor for Richmond, Newell, Dewey, Ostrom, Dugan, and Wright. And we've got a whistle on the floor. And the foul is going to be on on Alicia Newell. Trying to give Rachel a foul she didn't deserve. Alicia Newell on the foul. And she will pick up her first as Griffin will head to the free throw line. And she knocks down the first one. Soraya Griffin, who's having herself a solid season, shooting 76% from the free throw line this season. And she knocks down both. 8-point game. And Newell will bring it up the floor for Richmond. Newell trying to drive to the basket, being guarded by Sotelo. Stopped and attracting a traveling violation on the right. And a little bit of an earful for Wright. She doesn't believe she traveled. And now Crespin. Over to Sotelo to Kanerzovic. 8-point lead inside to Giffen for two. Great defense there by Wright and Dewey. They were able to stop her from getting the basket. And now Wright will swing it to Dewey for three. Sam Dewey knocks it down. So Dewey with a big three. And Dewey's only 12 points away from her 200 career point. That inches her just a little bit closer. And she's only 9 away now. And we got a foul on the floor. And that one is on Rain Wright. That's going to be her second. And they're going to bring in Sweeney for Wright and Perchetti for Dewey. And we also have Simon on the floor along with Dugan and Olstrom. No changes for VCU. Griffin will inbound the basketball. Crespin now has it. Being guarded by Sweeney. Over to Giffen. Giffen being guarded by Simon. On the wing, over to Griffin in the corner, who then pulls back to the wing over to Sotelo on the other wing. Hands it off to Crespin. 4 seconds on the shot clock. That one goes over the rim. Giffen got the rebound, and then she tackles Kanerzovic going out of bounds. And it wasn't on purpose, but they kind of ran into each other, both going for the rebound, and they both fall out of bounds. It will be Richmond basketball. 34-23. As Ty Williams makes her way back into the game. Dugan will pass it in to Perchetti, back to Dugan. Dugan being guarded by Sotelo, and Dugan trying to take advantage of the matchup, swings it over to Sweeney for three. And Sweeney's three rattles out, rebound Giffen. VCU with possession. Oh, and it goes over the head of Griffin into the crowd. And it will be Richmond basketball. An 11-point game here with just 3 minutes and 4 seconds left here in the first half. Sweeney working against Sotelo. Over to Simon, pump fakes. She's been guarded by Giffen, and Crespin comes in, sneaks away, and pokes the ball away. And VCU has possession. Griffin up the floor, driving to the basket against Perchetti, and there's going to be a foul on Perchetti. At least it should be. So that was on Perchetti. That's her first foul, I believe. Nope, it will be her second. So her second foul for Perchetti. As Ty Williams will take it out for the Rams under the basket. Over to Kanerzovic. The battling against Olstrom. Off the glass. And it will tip off of Tiara Simon and stay with VCU. Soraya Griffin will inbound the basketball for VCU. She gets it out to the wing to Sotelo. Over to Kanerzovic, working against Dugan. Inside to Giffen, off the glass for two. Great pass from Kanerzovic to Giffen. 9-point game. Sweeney flying up the floor. Gives it off to Simon, who's working against Giffen. Simon will stop her in her tracks and then kick it back out to Dugan. Now Dugan falling to the ground, and we've had some contact. Dugan, who's already been to the free throw line quite a bit in this one. Dugan will head to the line for her 4th trip. She's currently sitting at 6 for 6 from the free throw line. She's got 14 points, 4 for 6 from the field. And Dugan knocks down her 7th free throw of the day. 10-point lead for Richmond. And Dugan is feeling it right now for Richmond, and back to an 11-point lead. And she's 8 for 8 from the free throw line. Ty Williams bringing the ball up the floor here for the Rams. Over to White. Swings it to Knerezovic, who pump fakes, drive to the basket with the left. Does not go. Rebound Dugan. Zachariah tried to poke the ball away from Dugan. A little contact, nothing called. Sweeney, and that's a traveling violation. I know Coach Russell cannot be thrilled about these traveling violations that his team have occurred here, especially in the second quarter. Ty Williams takes the inbound pass and then brings it up the floor over to Zachariah. Zachariah to Knerezovic from the wing. Thought about the 3, pump fake, then swings it back to the top to Ty Williams. Ty Williams to McKenna White for 3. White's 3 off the back of the rim, and a rebound by Dugan. There was some contact by Knerezovic, and I'm not sure if this is going to send Dugan back to the free throw line, but it does look that way. So Dugan has 16 points. And Maggie Dugan with an opportunity to knock down some more free throws. Concentration is loud and proud here at the Siegel Center. 10 for 10 from the free throw line. 13-point lead for Richmond. Williams over to Knerezovic. The White, who's inside, kicks it out to Williams at the top of the key. Zachariah tried to get it back to Williams, and I believe it was touched by Olstrom, and so it will stay with VCU. And Knerezovic will take the inbound and give it over to Williams. And Williams to Griffin, back to Williams. Williams working against Olstrom. A pump fake bounce pass to Zachariah. Her jump shot was tipped, hits the bottom of the glass, and now Richmond has the basketball with a chance to extend the lead a little bit more. Up by 13, Dugan will swing it to Simon for the corner 3, and Tierra Simon's corner 3, no good. Knerezovic with the rebound. Over to Griffin. Griffin will swing it to Zachariah. Pump fakes back out to the top of the key to Griffin. And now Griffin will slow it up as she's being guarded by Perchetti. Picked by White. 15 seconds on the shot clock, and it's knocked away by Olstrom. Stolen by Perchetti. Perchetti will drop it off to Sweeney. Time is ticking. There's no shot clock. And the Spiders have a chance to send this into the half, up by 15 or more. Sweeney 3, and it's short. White with the rebound, 2 seconds on the clock. Over to Griffin from half court. Oh, and it hit off the left side of the rim. Looked like it had a shot, but it will not go down. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that will take us to the half. And what an impressive half it has been so far. Look, glad to be with you all today as we bring you just a little bit of an update before we head out for our halftime break. Now, as we sit here, Richmond up 38-25 over VCU. Look, it has been a really good contest so far. Despite what you see on the score, it has been a really good one so far. Now, just to give you an update on the scores and where everything kind of lands, leading the way for Richmond, Maggie Dugan. Dugan has 18 points, 4 for 6 from the field, but she's 10 for 10 from the free throw line with 6 rebounds. A very impressive day from the free throw line for Maggie Dugan, and as long as this keeps up, I don't know. I mean, it's not a lead that can't be, battled back from, but Richmond is putting themselves in a really good position to try to take game 2. Also, Rachel Olster with 6, Allie Sweeney with 5, Tiara Simon with 3, Wright has 1, Newell has 2, Dewey has 3. For VCU, Knezevich has 10. The one thing that we needed to see was Katarina Knezevich have a better game than what she had the first time around. There was a lot of struggles in that one. She didn't score until the last 2 minutes of the game, where she ended up having 4 points total. In this one, she's been a force, I guess, to be reckoned with for VCU. She's got 10 points. She's 5 for 11 with 3 rebounds and an assist. Deja Preston, who got hurt early, and we have not seen her come back just yet. We don't know if she'll come back at all, but so far it does not seem to be the case. She has 4 points for VCU. Giffen has 6 points. Crespin with 1. White has 2, and Griffin has 2. It's been a really good game so far. And Richmond is playing their brand of basketball, and VCU has not backed down at all. And, in the paint, it's been the VCU controlled game, 22-14 points-wise. The points off of turnovers are even pretty much 7-6 with U of R holding control of that. The bench points all in VCU's favor, 18-4. Fast breaks, 4-2. Second chance points, 6-5. VCU going into this halftime was 1 of 7. And you can't have that against this Richmond team when you're still trying to keep things a little close and keep things in the right place. So they just could not get things where they wanted it to be. They hadn't scored in the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Richmond hadn't scored in the last 4 minutes and 7 seconds from the field. But all their points came from free throws, and Maggie Dugan was the catalyst in that with that 10 points off of that. And that's the biggest difference right there. You look at that 10 free throws. This is a 3-point game if Dugan is not heading to the free throw line and knocking all of these free throws down. But with that being said, we will be back, ladies and gentlemen, with the second half of action here in about 11 minutes and 52 seconds. I'm Darrell Owens of the LegacyMaker Sports Network. Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you all in about 10 minutes to bring you the second half of action. Today's broadcast is being brought to you by Crossroads Community Services Board. Is one of 39 Virginia community services boards. Crossroads offers community resources for mental health, developmental disability services, substance use disorder counseling, drug prevention programs, family therapists, and much more. Crossroads services the counties of Amelia, Buckingham, Charlotte, Cumberland, Lunenburg, Nottoway, and Prince Edward counties in Virginia. If you would like to reach out to the administrative services, you can reach them by mail at 60 Bush River Drive, Farmville, Virginia, 23901, or by phone at 434-392-3187. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, their national line is 866-307-0370. Any emergency services 24/7 is 800-548-1688. And if you need to reach out to the National Suicide Crisis Line, just dial pound 988. Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters and T, on the World Wide Web at LegacyFinancialWellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Legendary Culture Films, one of the hottest and upcoming movie production companies, would like to let you know about a couple movies that they have out currently, and one of them on the way. First, the movie Black Sheep, currently airing on Tubi, is about a young hustler trying to make the transition from the streets, becomes an outcast and the target, and it turns into war in the city. It is a great movie. If you want to catch it, it's on Tubi right now. Another great movie that's coming to Tubi soon, Legend Has It. It's about a young warlock seeking revenge on his mother's killers, an action-packed thriller that will have you out of your seats. Legend Has It is coming soon from Legendary Culture Films. And a new movie in development, Boys in the Woods. That should be a very interesting one coming from Legendary Culture Films. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-5111. Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com. Last but not least, Perfect Mix, the 100% natural, handcrafted, fruit blended premium lemonades. If you want the perfect lemonade, Perfect Mix is just right for you. Follow us on our Instagram and Facebook pages. Instagram at Perfect Mix, on Facebook at Perfect Mix. You can go and get your orders right now. Just reach out to us via our social media pages. Shipping and delivery are available. Hey, and you're probably wondering, where do I find the LegacyMaker Sports Network? Well, first of all, you can head over to our website at www.LegacyMakersports.com to check out all the latest in the sports world. Also, if you want to check us out on our social media pages, you can reach us on Facebook and in LinkedIn at LegacyMaker Sports Network. You can reach us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at LegacyMaker Sports. And then you can reach us on Twitter, aka X, at LegacyMaker SPN. Make sure you give us a like, a share, and why don't you go ahead and subscribe to our channels. Once again, we thank you all for tuning in to the LegacyMaker Sports Network. Legendary Culture Films has a brand new movie out, Boys in the Woods. When the walls seem like they are closing in and it keeps getting worse, a father is on the run from a local police while dealing with a territorial beef with a rival gang. And against all the odds, his children were kidnapped and held for ransom in the streets of Amelia and Richmond, Virginia. Boys in the Woods, coming to Tubi soon. Be on the lookout from the latest great project from Legendary Culture Films.
I just need one more to get through today.
In 2023, nearly 80,000 Americans died from opioid overdoses. About 3 out of 4 overdose deaths.
I'll send you that new character skin if I lose this one.
For youths aged 12 to 17, esports significantly increases participating in gambling activities.
Today's broadcast is being brought to you by Crossroads Community Services Board. Is one of 39 Virginia community services boards. Crossroads offers community resources for mental health, developmental disability services, substance use disorder counseling, drug prevention programs, family therapists, and much more. Crossroads services the counties of Amelia, Buckingham, Charlotte, Cumberland, Lunenburg, Nottoway, and Prince Edward counties in Virginia. If you would like to reach out to the administrative services, you can reach them by mail at 60 Bush River Drive, Farmville, Virginia, 23901, or by phone at 434-392-3187. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, their national line is 866-307-0370. Any emergency services 24/7 is 800-548-1688. And if you need to reach out to the National Suicide Crisis Line, just dial pound 988. Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters and T, on the World Wide Web at LegacyFinancialWellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Legendary Culture Films, one of the hottest and upcoming movie production companies, would like to let you know about a couple movies that they have out currently, and one of them on the way. First, the movie Black Sheep, currently airing on Tubi, is about a young hustler trying to make the transition from the streets, becomes an outcast and the target, and it turns into war in the city. It is a great movie. If you want to catch it, it's on Tubi right now. Another great movie that's coming to Tubi soon, Legend Has It. It's about a young warlock seeking revenge on his mother's killers, an action-packed thriller that will have you out of your seats. Legend Has It is coming soon from Legendary Culture Films. And a new movie in development, Boys in the Woods. That should be a very interesting one coming from Legendary Culture Films. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-5111. Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com. Last but not least, Perfect Mix, the 100% natural, handcrafted, fruit blended premium lemonades. If you want the perfect lemonade, Perfect Mix is just right for you. Follow us on our Instagram and Facebook pages. Instagram at Perfect Mix. On Facebook at Perfect Mix. You can go and get your orders right now. Just reach out to us via our social media pages. Shipping and delivery are available. Hey, and you're probably wondering, where do I find the LegacyMaker Sports Network? Well, first of all, you can head over to our website. Second half of action about to go down here from the Siegel Center. I'm your man, Darrell, Owens, LegacyMaker Sports Network, bringing you the hashtag Battle of the 804 here from the Siegel Center. This is round 2. Round 1 went to Richmond, 77-47 in the Robins Center. Right now, the Spiders hold a 38-25 lead over VCU in this one. And a lot of that has to do with the free throw shooting of Maggie Dugan. She's 10 for 10 from the free throw line in this contest. And speaking of the free throw line, we'll see Katarina Konerzovic head to the free throw line after getting fouled on the opening shot here in the third. Konerzovic has 10 points herself, 5 for 11. She's 0-1 from the free throw line. Had a chance at a three-point opportunity in the earlier part of this game, and she misses her second free throw. Right now, 3 for 5 or 3 for 6 from the free throw line for VCU. And Konerzovic will miss a third one. 0 for 3 from the free throw line as Alicia Newell comes flying up the floor. Simon, that might have been a travel. Yeah. She took the extra step, and there was a little bit of a hesitation from the referees, but they do get it right. And it'll be VCU basketball. Crespin takes it in from the rebound for VCU. Over to Sotelo. Sotelo swings it to Zachariah on the wing. Zachariah swings it across court to the corner to Griffin. Working against Sweeney. Tries to go with the up and under, but she's stopped in her tracks. Then tries to find Crespin. They loses control of the basketball, and it will be Richmond basketball. Richmond's possession here, up by 13. We're still looking for the first points in the second half. Simon against Zachariah. Looks for Ulstrom, working against Konerzovic. Simon at the wing. Takes a couple dribbles at the elbow. Swings it to Sweeney on the opposite wing. To Newell, to Simon. The ball's knocked away. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Simon almost lost control of it, able to get it back. And we've got some contact. And the foul is going to be on Soraya Griffin. So Sweeney will take it out. Griffin now has 2 fouls. Inside, Ulstrom looking for Dugan, and we got a charging foul against Richmond. It'll be VCU basketball. Dugan looks disgusted. They're trying to get some things situated here. It still looks to be VCU's basketball. It is. Sotelo will give it off to Griffin as she tries to bring it up the court against Sweeney. Griffin, who only has 2 points in this one. The Rams could definitely use some of her scoring. And we've got a foul on the floor, and I think this is against Tiara Simon. Yep, and it's going to be against Simon. And Crispin will take it out underneath the basket. Crispin will take it out underneath the basket. Drops it off to Griffin. Griffin to Sotelo, who drives to the basket and bulldozes past Newell, who gets knocked on the ground. It'll be Richmond basketball. Still looking for the first points in this one, in this second half. Sweeney dribble towards the top of the key. Takes a couple dribbles, drives on the left side, kicks it out to Newell in the corner. Newell now driving herself from the free throw line. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Knezevich. Knezevich will get it over to Crespin. Crespin and Zachariah being guarded by Simon. Tried to swing it to Knezevich. Able to get it to her. It was close, though, because Ostrom had an opportunity at it. Over to Griffin for three. That doesn't go. And a rebound by Geifen and some contact. So the foul is going to be on Sam Dewey. It'll be Rams ball underneath the basket. In the Geifen from Crespin. Geifen and is going to get called for a travel. Richmond basketball. Geifen had some solid possession underneath the basket, but as she was trying to make her way inside, moved that foot just a little too much. Sweeney driving on the left side, kicks out to Newell on the opposite wing, back to Sweeney. Oh, it hits Sweeney in the hands. And now Soraya Griffin driving all the way to the basket for two. And the first points of the second half belong to Soraya Griffin. Simon at the top, over to Sweeney. Sweeney will pull for three, and it hits off the front of the rim. Rebound Zachariah, and it's a battle between Zachariah and Ostrom for the basketball. And the jump ball will give Richmond the basketball. In the game for Richmond is Sweeney, Dewey, Simon, Newell, and Ostrom. In the game for VCU, McKenna White just coming in for Zachariah, along with Knezevich. Ty Williams now in the game, and Soraya Griffin and Lucy Geifen, all in the game for VCU. Inbounds given to Simon, who runs into a little traffic there with Williams and Geifen. Comes it over to Sweeney, who then finds Newell in the corner for three, and Newell struggled from the three-point line. Continue, rebound by VCU. Knezevich working against Sweeney. Great pass inside to Geifen for two. 9-point game. And you can hear the VCU faithful feeling it. There's a handoff to Rachel Ostrom, and just like that, the energy taken away. And we got our media timeout here with 6 minutes and 36 seconds left here in the third quarter. We got the Spiders up 40-29 over the VCU Rams.
Legacy Financial Wellness with Rita Stewart. Let Rita help you safeguard your family's future while you focus on living your best life. Discover the peace of mind that comes with having the right financial plan in place. Rita Stewart is a dedicated and experienced financial professional ready to guide you on your financial journey. Her expertise lies in helping clients create a robust and enduring financial foundation to build on into the future. So you can reach out to Rita Stewart by phone at 804-677-7555, on Instagram at Money Matters and T, on the World Wide Web at LegacyFinancialWellness.com, on Facebook at Legacy Financial Wellness, or at her personal email at rita.stewart@5ringsfinancial.com. Legendary Culture Films and Born Legend Entertainment would like to let you know about a few projects they have going on at the current time. Legendary Culture Films currently has 2 movies out on Tubi. The first one, Black Sheep. It's about a young hustler trying to make a transition from the streets, becomes an outcast and the target, and it turns into war in the city. Black Sheep currently out on Tubi right now. Also, the movie Legend Has It. It's about a young warlock who seeks revenge on his mother's killers, an action-packed thriller that will have you out of your seats. Legend Has It, currently on Tubi right now, so make sure you go check them out. And from Born Legend Entertainment, the man chosen himself with his brand new hit single, Throw That, which is currently out on all major platforms and on heavy rotation on 106.5 The Beat in Richmond, Virginia. So make sure you check out all the great content coming from Legendary Culture Films and Born Legend Entertainment. Perfect Mix, the 100% natural, handcrafted, fruit blended premium lemonades. If you want the perfect lemonade, Perfect Mix is just right for you. Follow us on our Instagram and Facebook pages. Instagram at Perfect Mix, on Facebook at Perfect Mix. You can go and get your orders right now. Just reach out to us via our social media pages. Shipping and delivery are available. Bernard's Towing. If you find yourself in a jam and need help getting your vehicle out of a tough situation, Bernard's Towing is there to help you get your car where you need it to be. Remember, call us once and be hooked. You can contact Bernard's Towing at 804-380-2774 or at 804-495-51. Back from the media timeout, Richmond up by 11. VCU has possession of the basketball. Griffin will give it over to White. White looks inside for Knezarvik. 9-point game. Simon driving to the basket against Giffen. Runs into a little trouble there. Great defense by Giffen. Simon tried to get around her. Simon was looking for a foul, but is knocked away by Giffen. And now Griffin up the floor. Looks to Williams in the corner, being guarded by Sweeney. Nice bounce pass into Knezarvik. Knezarvik trying to work something out. Fade away, knocks it down. 40-33, 7-point game. Tension starting to get a little bit tighter here at the Siegel Center. Sweeney driving, pull-up jumper from the A10 logo and puts it in. 42-33. VCU has knocked down 4 out of their last 4 from the field. And now Newell trying to poke the ball away from Griffin, and a foul is called. And that'll be the second personal foul for Alicia Newell. First one will go for Griffin. 8-point game. Soraya Griffin, like I talked about right before the end of the first half, she's going to have to be one of those players for VCU that step it up big time in the second. She's got 6 now. 42-35, 7-point lead for Richmond. Sweeney, being guarded by Knezarvik, runs into traffic jam. Inside, all alone is Tiara Simon. Not a ram in sight. 44-35. And now Williams here for VCU. Try to get it in to Giffen. Is knocked away to White at the top of the key. And White will swing it to Griffin, who now takes it out towards the top. Over Knezarvik for 3. Katarina Knezarvik knocks down the 3. 6-point game. And you can hear the Siegel Center rocking and rolling. Sweeney at the top. Pulls the three. Allie Sweeney fires right back. 9-point game once again. Sweeney knocking down a big three. And now White looking for the three. That one hit the right corner of the basket. And now Sweeney off of the rebound, rolling up the floor. Finds Simon inside, off the glass for two. Tiara Simon. And a 6-point game has jumped right back, ladies and gentlemen, to a 11-point game. Thanks to Ali Sweeney's three. She's got 10 on the day. That's just a great job. Great job all around. And so we have a timeout on the floor, 32nd by VCU. Knezevich had 17 points on the day. 17 points, 8 for 14 from the field. 0 for 3 from the free throw line. That's something that she definitely wants to try to improve. 5 points with 2 assists. And she is the one person outside of Griffin that I thought had to have a good day today for VCU. But we've seen some good performances, including Lucy Geifen. She's got 8, 4 for 6 from the field with 3 rebounds. She's had a solid one today. Griffin has 6, White has 2. Preston, who has not come back to the floor, has 4, and Crispin has 1. For Richmond, Dugan, 18 points. She has not scored so far here in the third. It's been a little quiet from her here in the third. Allie has 10, Sweeney. Ostrom with 8, Simon with 7, so a good day for Tiara Simon. (49-38). They're checking some things out. Once again, everybody would like to thank you all for tuning into the LegacyMaker Sports Network as we continue to get things rocking and rolling as we get closer and closer to the A10 tournament that will be happening from the Henrico Sports and Event Center in Henrico, Virginia. This will be year 3 that the tournament has taken place, and you know we always come out there and broadcast the tournament, or broadcast some highlights, some games throughout the tournament. So we'll be there all day that Friday. We'll be there for Saturday, and unfortunately no championship game on Sunday. We'll be bringing the majority of the tournament. But once again, we'd like to thank you all for being a part of the LegacyMaker Sports Network, the support for the LegacyMaker Sports Network. Truly, 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 truly appreciate everyone. Both teams shooting pretty well here in the third. It's been a really good go for them so far. Shooting 62.5%. Both teams are so far in this third quarter. Still an 11-point game as VCU has not let up. Keeping things as tight as they can here with Richmond. Trying to make the comeback. Williams will look inside to Geifen, battling against Simon. The up and under opportunity hits off the glass. And we're going to see a foul. And it will be Richmond basketball. The foul was on McKenna White. And that is her third. Sweeney thought about taking the pick from Olstrom and then decides to back up. Cressman is guarding Sweeney. Sweeney takes a couple of dribbles. Tries to work something out. Swings it over to Newell. Back to Sweeney for three. Allie Sweeney is feeling it. She's got 13. She is the other piece of that puzzle for Richmond, you know, and that's what makes their lineup so good. Sweeney can do a little bit of everything. Well, their top three can do a little bit of everything. But it's just something nice to see as Ty Williams drives to the basket, floats one high in the air, bounces off both sides of the rim. Now Giffen with the opportunity off the glass for two. Lucy Giffen. (52-40). Sweeney will give it off to Newell. Over to Olstrom. Oh, nicely done. Dugan back to Olstrom on the give and go. Back to 14. Crespin. Swing it to White, who flings it across court to the wing to Knežević. Back to White. Back to White. To Knežević. To Williams. Back to White again. White's jumper, no good. Tiara Simon battling for the rebound, and she gets it. (54-40). Richmond trying to extend the lead a little bit more. Richmond's biggest lead of the day was 14, and they're trying to extend it a little bit more. Simon in a little trouble. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Newell driving, floating off the glass, and oh, it's a charging foul. A lot of contact, and the Richmond bench is shocked that is going to be called a charging foul, but it will be VCU basketball. That's going to give Newell. It's going to be an offensive foul, and that'll be Newell's fourth. Oh, they're discussing it. It might not be a fourth, could be a third. And Coach Russell is having a very animated discussion with the referee. Stephanie Barksdale. And they're still kind of discussing everything to figure out what the call is going to be here. Now, initially it was called a charge. I don't know if there's something else missing here, but as they check in on that, give you a couple of scores from yesterday's contest. We saw the top team in the A-10, the Rhode Island Rams, 10-0 in the A-10, 19-2 overall on the season. And one of those, wins coming against Richmond, and also had one against VCU, winning 61-47 over Fordham. We saw LaSalle, who's kind of getting things on the right foot there, up there in Pennsylvania, with a 77-61 win over Duquesne. LaSalle now 12-10 on the season, and they're 5-6 in the A-10. Duquesne moves to 0-11, and the struggles continue for the Dukes. Then in the other matchup, we saw George Mason beat St. Louis 66-51. Mason, another team that is undefeated in the Atlantic 10, sitting at 10-0, 15-6 on the season. This league is very top-heavy, and the Spiders, with that one loss coming to Rhode Island, now see themselves on the outside looking in, the top seed. But the home court advantage technically still in their favor to an extent, with the game being right around the corner. So seating-wise, it may not look the best, but they're going to have a lot of support in the Atlantic 10. But you still want to have a better seating position if you possibly can. And the other matchup we had yesterday, Loyola Chicago winning 60-52 over St. Bonnie. Loyola Chicago, the Ramblers, they're 6-4 in the A10. St. Bonaventure is 3-8 in the A10. Bonaventure is 12-11 on the season. So we've seen some very interesting matchups so far. Okay, so we did get an update on what went down. So there was no foul on the play. It was a shot clock violation against Richmond, and we will see VCU get the basketball. So that's the final result of that. Here with a minute and 14 left. And real quick, we'll give you an update on the only other game going on right now in the Atlantic 10. St. Joe's is up 22-19 over Davison, and that's a big matchup right there. And those are the next tier of teams. So we're gonna in the Atlantic 10. So we got to watch out for that matchup as well. VCU has the basketball, down by 14. Crespin being guarded by Sweeney. Oh, nice move by Crespin. Stops in her track by Dugan, looks in the Giffen, and it's blocked. Tierra Simon with the battle down there. Great defensive effort by Simon. Now Richmond with a chance to make it their biggest lead of the day, and Maggie Dugan has 20. 16-point lead for Richmond. And a three knocked down by Knezevich. She has 20. The Rams get right back up to the floor and get the points needed. And so now we will see Knezevich go to the line and see if she can knock down her first free throw today. She's 0 for 3 from the free throw line. Knezevich is a 74% free throw shooter. And like we said, 0 for 3 today from the line. Trying to make it, well, tried to make it 1 for 3, but it's now 0 for 4. Richmond with the rebound. About 25 seconds left here. Olstrom over to Sweeney, who's driving, kicks it out to Tierra Simon, pump fakes from the three-point line, decides to go inside, and it's just stripped away by McKenna White. Knezevich up the floor, trying to make it. It goes high off the glass. Giffen gets the rebound, kicks it out to Crespin for 3. Off the back of the rim, rebound Richmond. Oh, man, that crowd would have went crazy if Crespin could have knocked that 3 down. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will take us to the end of the third quarter with the score. The Richmond Spiders 56, the VCU Rams 43. We'll be back here in just a second on the LegacyMaker Sports Network.
Today's Crossroads Community Services Board is one of 39 Virginia Community Services Boards. Crossroads offers community resources for mental health, developmental disability services, substance use disorder counseling, drug prevention programs, family therapists, and much more. Crossroads services the counties of Amelia, Buckingham, Charlotte, Cumberland, Lunenburg, Nottoway, and Prince Edward counties in Virginia. If you would like to reach out to the administrative services, you can reach them by mail at 60 Bush River Drive, Farmville, Virginia, 23901, or by phone at 434-392-3187. They're open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Also, their national line is 866-307-0370. Any emergency services 24/7 is 800-548-1688. And if you need to reach out to the National Suicide Crisis Line, just dial pound 988. Big Jack's Cooking,
with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002, or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, fourth quarter of action is about to go down. Richmond up by 13. Knerzovic will take the ball out. She's got 20 points on the day. She's 9 for 16 from the field. She's had a really good day. There's a pass to Knerzovic. Swings it over to Crespin. Back to Knerzovic. She thinks about driving against Sweeney. Will try to get it into Giffen. Crespin thought about the three. Swings it quick to Griffin. Griffin's three, no good. Rebound by Zachariah. And now Sweeney is having herself quite the day. Over to Dewey. Alstrom back to Dugan, back to Alstrom, who tried to get the give and go going. She lost control of it, able to get it back, and puts it in for two. 15-point game, 58-43. Now Griffin over to Knerzovic, driving, swing to the Crespin. In a little trouble, back to Knerzovic, pump fakes. Thought about the three. She sees Zachariah. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Crespin, step, just throws it up and banks it off the glass and knocks down the three. She knew it the whole time. 12-point game. And it's stolen by Zachariah. A chance to make it a 10-point game. Zachariah off the glass in for two. 10-point game. And the VCU faithful is starting to crank up here. Sweeney will back it up a little bit. Pump fakes, drives off the glass with the right hand. Allie Sweeney. She's got 15. And we've got a turnover here by VCU. I'm thinking they think she may have stepped out of bounds, but it will be Richmond basketball. Sweeney with the basketball. Sweeney will kick it out to Alstrom for three. Off the front of the rim, and a rebound by Allie Sweeney. Sweeney's got 2 rebounds in the day, 15.6 for 10. Sweeney jump shot, knocks it down. Allie Sweeney has 17. 62-48.
Knezevich for three. Hits off the left side of the rim. Rebound by White. We'll kick it out to Griffin near the VCU logo. Griffin to Knezevich. Over to Crespin. Crespin to White. White inside to Giffen. Giffen working against Dugan. Can't get it to go. Second opportunity and got it on the second chance points. 12-point game, 62-50. Sweeney. Slowing things down as she tries to get things under control here, being guarded by Griffin. We'll kick it over to Dewey, who's back in the contest for Richmond. 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and we've got a foul. I think it might be on the floor here, and this one's going to be on McKenna White. That might be it for White. Let's see. White's got her third personal foul. In a little bit of trouble. Richmond with the basketball. Dewey for three. And it thought about it. Hits off the back. White with the rebound. 12-point game. Knezevich working. Knezevich can't get it to go. Rebound by Olstrom. Sweeney working off Griffin. And knocks it down. Allie Sweeney has 20. Allie Sweeney has been on a roll in this one. She is feeling the juice. And the points made there by VCU, much needed, as Allie Sweeney has tied her career high. And we've got a timeout here with 5:22. That should be our media timeout. We'll be back here in just a second on the LegacyMaker Sports Network. Richmond is up 65-52.
I just need one more to get through today.
In 2023, nearly 80,000 Americans died from opioid overdoses. About 3 out of 4 overdose deaths.
I'll send you that new character skin if I lose this one.
For youths aged 12 to 17, esports significantly increases participating in gambling activities.
Big Jack's Cooking with Orlon Big Jack Jackson. They specialize in Southern comfort food. Orlon told us one time in a broadcast, if it's comfortable, they'll cook it. So if you're looking for amazing Southern comfort food, reach out to Big Jack's Cooking at 8830 Otterburn Road, Amelia, Virginia, 23002. or by phone at 804-405-0330. You can also email Big Jack at bigjackscooking@gmail.com.
Fourth quarter, 5 minutes and some change left. Richmond holding on to a 13-point lead. And that lead has been tested at times, but amazing play by Allie Sweeney. 8 for 12, 4 for 8 from three-point land. She's got 20 points on the day, and she has tied her career high. The next point will be her career high. Sweeney continuing to work against Crespin. And now we've got a foul on the floor. Guyfin will come back in for White. Sweeney taking the ball out on the inbound. She's looking for somebody, and so they're going to call a 5-second violation. In the last second, Sweeney was trying to hit the ball off of Crespin, but they said that it was a 5-second violation. And so now Soraya Griffin will take the ball, bring the inbound in for Richmond. For the Spiders. VCU has the basketball. Get it right as Soraya Griffin drives to the basket with the hook, knocks it down. It's an 11-point game. Sweeney being guarded by Crespin. 65-54. Sweeney now driving to the basket. Will swing it to Newell. Power dribble, step back. She's been trying to get it to fall all day, and it just hasn't. Tough day for Alicia. She's 2 points, 1 for 8 from the field, 0 for 4 from three-point line with 4 rebounds and 2 assists. Holstrom, who's got 12 points, got that rebound on the last one. 7 rebounds on the day. Maggie Dugan, who did not score. Well, she scored only 2 points in the third. She had a 6-point second quarter. Richmond has the basketball. Newell will give it to Dugan. Her three, no good. Rebound by Guyfin. Out the floor, Zachariah. 11-point game. VCU trying to bring it back into single digits. The deficit. Crespin, Zachariah three. In the corner, does not go, and Newell and Crespin battle for the rebound, and they're going to say it goes to Richmond. Coach Beth O'Boyle is not happy on the sideline there, as it looks like Ty Williams will come in. What a lot of people don't talk about is Coach O'Boyle and Coach Russell have a really good relationship. They've known each other for years and have built a bond. Despite the rivalry that's Richmond and VCU, they have been friends for a long time, and they do not let that get in the way
of the friendship. But the rivalry is the rivalry when that day comes around. As Newell will hand it off to Ostrom. Richmond with the basketball. Sweeney driving to the basket. Career high for Allie Sweeney. She's got 22. And Soraya Griffin will knock it down. Sweeney. Oh, nice move. Driving to the basket. Sweeney will kick it out to Newell, trying to finally get that three, and it won't go. And Sweeney battling with Giffen, and Ostrom is the one that comes away with it. Dugan swings it to Newell, who swings it to Sweeney, who knocks down a three. She's got 25. Allie Sweeney is on fire. Boy, oh boy, as Allie Sweeney continues the onslaught. So with 2:55, it has been a day. Maggie Dugan with her 19 career double-double, but it's the story of the day is Allie Sweeney, 25 points, 10 for 14, 5 for 9 from the three-point line. And now a game that had its moments of closeness is starting to pull away here for VCU, and something's going to have to happen quick. But Richmond is up by 14, and Allie Sweeney's 25-point performance has been the guiding light. Cressman will bring it up the floor. She's going to get double tweened by Dewey and Sweeney. Ooh, Newell had a chance to take it away. They try to get it to Soraya Griffin, who finds her way to the basket, cutting and driving all the way. 70-58. VCU has not given up. Zachariah knocks the ball away, and Sweeney somehow gets the ball back and gets undercut by Zachariah. A lot of contact, a lot of contact. And I'm thinking this is going to stay with, this is going to be Richmond's basketball. This is going to be Richmond's basketball. 2:29 left. It's a 12-point game, 70-58. And Dugan is going to get, oh no, what, is it a traveling violation? A lot of contact. I don't know if they're going to go foul or traveling violation here. And it was a turnover. Traveling violation against Dugan. VCU has the basketball down by 12. Trying to get it into single digits here, but they've got to move quick. 2:19. Griffin with the floater. Knocks it down. Soraya Griffin. So Griffin, who's come along here in this second half, knocks down the big shot, and it's a 10-point game. So Griffin will now go to the free throw line. She's got 14 points on the day. And so Griffin has made her last 4 shots. She's been the catalyst for VCU, shooting 78% from the free throw line. And she can't get that one to go, but Zachariah gets the rebound. VCU trying to get it in the single digits. 2 minutes left and some change. Griffin under some pressure. Crespin, that's a traveling violation. She moved just a little bit too fast. And the Rams are trying to crank it up defensively. Sweeney's in trouble. Simon will get it back to Sweeney. And then Sweeney barely got it off before that could have been a travel. That foot was coming down, but Sweeney was able to get it away. 13 seconds left on the shot clock. Over to Dugan. Oh, she sees Richards, who's in the game. Peyton Richards making an appearance. Sweeney driving. Richards, 3. Oh, and it gets stuck in between. And I'm not going to lie to you. From this angle, I thought that was all net. But it gets stuck in between. And this will stay with Richmond. Minute 33 left here in the fourth. Spiders are up by 10. Into Simon, being guarded by Griffin. Sweeney will take possession of the basketball from Simon. Swings it over to Richard. Over to Olstrom. Knocks down the 3. Rachel Olstrom, and back to 13. That's how they do it. Best in the Atlantic 10 when it comes to shooting threes. One of the best in the nation. Top 2 to be exact. When it comes to shooting the 3 ball and knocking them down. It has been a really good basketball game, despite what you may think in the score. Very competitive. Both teams giving it their all here in this contest. But it has definitely been a special day, ladies and gentlemen, for Allie Sweeney. Allie Sweeney has scored 20 points in the second half. She has been rolling. And this is this Richmond team in a nutshell. They just get things going. They're on a nice little winning streak. They were undefeated in January. Coach Russell talked about, the other day when we had our ESPN broadcast, and he just talked about like how January is the tone setter, and it's like they're working out all the kinks and getting everything ready for the stretch run. And usually he appreciates what they do in January, and it's so far so good. It's 6-0 in January. They're looking to start February off 1-0 and move to 8-1 in the Atlantic 10. So we're going to see. And I'm excited to see these two teams. I feel like there's something in as the young folks say, or the people in church say, in my spirit, I should say. Something in my spirit that says we may see these two teams go at it one more time in the Atlantic 10 tournament. But we shall see. 73-60, Richmond up. Back to the floor we go. The angelic sounds of the Peppers, the VCU marching band, jamming in the background. That's one thing that you're going to get here when you come to VCU is the sweet sounds of the Peppers. As they jam in the background, VCU down by 13. Zachariah will inbound it. As Griffin's jump shot will hit awkwardly off the rim and the glass, but VCU is able to get the rebound. Zachariah here with a minute left. Swings it over to Crespin. Crespin to Griffin. 13-point game inside the Gyfin, and is that going to be a travel? And it is. traveling violation against Giffen. She lost her footing as she was trying to adjust going towards the basket, and it just did not go in her favor. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we like to, thank everybody who's tuned in so far to today's broadcast. We will be having a post-game interview with the winning team, one of the players from the winning team. As of now, if it's the Spiders, it should be Ali Sweeney heading our way. If VCU can mark the comeback, we'll have Soraya Griffin. Simon in a little trouble there, and she's called for traveling. Great job by the VCU defense. As Simon tried to cut in between, it just did not work out. But Richmond will head to St. Louis this week on Wednesday to take on the Billikens. So that'll be a little bit of a homecoming for Tiara Simon as she faces off against her old team. She knows that building well. The Rams will head to Loyola Chicago on Saturday, and then they have Rhode Island next week, and they don't come back home until the 14th when they take on St. Bonnie at 1 p.m. Then they'll have Davison on the 18th at 6 p.m. Duquesne at Duquesne on the 21st. Then LaSalle for their last home game on the 25th, and then at Dayton on the 28th. For Richmond, they got St. Louis, and then they will have to deal with George Mason at home on the 7th. That's going to be a big matchup. Zachariah looking for three, hits off the front of the rim, rebound Alicia Newell. So that's going to be a big one. A lot on the line in that matchup. Seed positioning in the Atlantic 10 is going to be critical. And we got a foul on the floor. Then after they head that way, they will have St. Bonaventure on the 11th, Davison on the 14th. Then it's going to be a tough stretch. They got Davison on the 14th, Mason on the 16th, and then George Washington at George Washington. All those games are going to be on the road. Then they have LaSalle at home and Rhode Island at home, which those will be two games that I will be doing with the ESPN broadcast along with the Bonaventure game. And then they have St. Joseph's at St. Joe's before the tournament starts on March the 4th on me and my wife's 20th anniversary. So shout out to my lovely wife coming up. Here we go, 27 seconds left. Richmond has the basketball on a 13-point lead as they inch closer to their 18th win of the season. This team has had 20-win seasons the last couple of seasons, and they look to get another. They're getting closer. Ball is inbounded into Sweeney. Sweeney's got a chance to extend her career high, and she has 25 points right now. And she'll go to the free throw line for two. Sweeney, who's a 81% free throw shooter. And Sweeney will knock down the first. 26 points for Ali Sweeney. Sweeney will knock it down. 27 points for Ali Sweeney. 27 points for the junior guard. And what a performance by Richmond as they have come in here and they will sweep the hashtag Battle of the 804. That is going to be win number 7 in a row. 7 straight wins in this series for the Spiders. It has been beautifully done. Richmond has, VCU has not won in this rivalry since 2023. And now the Spiders will have a 2-win lead in the overall series, 49-47.
But I like what I saw from VCU in this game, despite, you know, the way it looks like it's, going to end. I feel like we saw some players, grow and have some really good games. Griffin, solid game. Kanerzovic, solid game. Gyfin comes in, has a really good game. I thought Preston was having a good game before the injury. McKenna White is now out of the game. She has 5 fouls. We just saw some good performances today. And unfortunately, it was the big three for Richmond. Dugan with 20, Olstrom with 15, and Sweeney with 27 points. Zachariah will take the inbound here for the Rams. He looks for a teammate, and she finds Crespin. As the time continues to tick, Crespin's three will rattle out, and a rebound by Gyfin. Gyfin swinging to Griffin. Griffin for three. Knocks it down. Soraya Griffin. 12-point game. Dugan into Sweeney. And she is going to get fouled. That's going to send Sweeney to the free throw line and a chance to add on. But we have a timeout. Unless, wait a minute, actually, it may have been just a timeout here. Let's make sure. And we do have a timeout on the play. And yes, we have a full timeout by Richmond. We'll be back here in just a second on the LegacyMaker Sports Network.
And you're probably wondering, where do I find the LegacyMaker Sports Network? Well, first of all, you can head over to our website at www.legacymakersports.com to check out all the latest in the sports world. Also, if you want to check us out on our social media pages, you can reach us on Facebook and in LinkedIn at LegacyMaker Sports Network. You can reach us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at LegacyMaker Sports. And then you can reach us on Twitter, aka X, at LegacyMaker SPN. Make sure you give us a like, a share, and why don't you go ahead and subscribe to our channels. Once again, we thank you all for tuning in to the LegacyMaker Sports Network.
Able to get the inbound in is Simon with the football pass up ahead to Dugan, who was able to get it in, and then she's fouled. She's going to head to the free throw line here with 11 seconds left and a 12-point lead here for the Spiders. And Dugan knocking down the free throw. She knocks down both. 12 for 12 from the free throw line for Maggie Dugan. Truly impressive. And see Sweeney and Dugan get some love as they head off the floor. VCU basketball down by 14, 77-63. Just a great performance by the Spiders. And we got some contact there as Perchetti will get called for the foul on Crespin here with 5 seconds left. And shout out to the VCU faithful and the Ram faithful. Pretty solid crowd. Everybody pretty much staying here to the end despite what the score is. It's good to see. And Zachariah jump shot doesn't go. There's a battle. And we've got a foul. It's going to be against Perchetti. And that's her 5th. She's out of the game. Sam Dewey will come in to Brichetti's 5th foul will take her out. So 2 seconds left. They get it in to Zachariah. Jump shot knocks it down at the buzzer. And that, ladies and gentlemen, will take us to the end of this one. And the final score, the VCU Rams fall to the Richmond Spiders in this one. 77-65. Once again, everybody, thank you all for tuning into the Legacy Maker Sports Network. And we are just so glad to be with you guys. We're going to have Allie Sweeney come to us to talk here in the postgame. But, you know, look, it was a great performance by Sweeney. She did a phenomenal job out there today. And it has set this Richmond Spiders team up in a situation where they have a chance to continue to go on a good path here and keep them on pace with Rhode Island and George Mason. VCU, yes, tough way to lose. You don't want to lose this one, but they're not in bad shape, you know, and the tournament is still lingering. The A-10 tournament is always a fight. So we're going to see a lot of that here in the next couple of weeks as we get ready for Miss Sweeney to come this way. But let's go over some of the scores in this one. For Richmond, Sweeney leading the way with 27 points. Dugan with 22 points. Olstrom had 15. Simon with 7. Newell with 2. Wright with 1. Dewey with 3. VCU, we saw Knarzovic with 22. Geifen with 12. Crespin with 7. Zachariah with 4. Preston with 4. Griffin with 14. So it has been a great performance. And we will see these two teams maybe one more time, but then maybe we won't. And it was just a great performance overall. Well, look, we're going to get set for our interview with the amazing Allie Sweeney. Yeah. So we're getting set for our interview with Allie. We're going to get this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the amazing Allie Sweeney. Allie, first half, 5 points. Second half, might as well drop 22 points. So 27 points, a career high for you. Tell us about this game and the emotions that you had to go through to get this team where they needed to be.
Obviously, this is a huge emotional game. I mean, the score was what it was at the Robins Center, but we kind of said that, like, that doesn't mean anything here, and they're coming in with something to prove, and they did that. So emotions in this building are always high, and I think we had to, like, settle down a little bit and collect ourselves, and me included. I mean, Coach Radice kept saying to me, like, you're a good shooter. I didn't shoot well in the first half, but she kept saying, you're a good shooter, keep shooting the ball. So I did, and then shout out Coach Ursell. He knew what to call at the right moment.
So, you know, you get this game, nice win. You get your 18th win of the season. You have to head up to St. Louis. Any thoughts on that St. Louis team? You know, what to look out for? Anything that you want to see from your team in that game?
Well, we just talked about it briefly just there, but we have to get better defensively. I think we didn't handle ourselves in the paint as well as we could have today. And St. Louis, George Mason, like, we have to do that in order to have the outcomes that we want in both of those games.
Now, do you feel like that, you know, your game has taken an extra step this season? I feel like the last time that me and you had a chance to talk, you were a freshman, that we had a chance to talk personally. But from that point to now, how do you feel about your game and where it is?
I feel good. I mean, I'll talk about Coach Radice and the development of my game every time it comes up. She works with me whenever I need to, and she she helps me physically, obviously, a ton, but just the way she's talking to me and helping my mental game as well is something that's been huge for me, I think.
Awesome. Allie, we're not going to hold you long because you got to go celebrate with your teammates. Anything you want to say to Spider Nation?
Thanks for supporting Spider Nation.
All right, everybody. That was Allie Sweeney. Career high 27 points. Thank you, Allie. Appreciate it. Allie with a career high 27 points, ladies and gentlemen. She did what she needed to do for her team, and they pick up the win. So congratulations to the Spiders. They moved to 18-4. The Rams will move to 8-15 on the season. Once again, everybody, thank you all for tuning into the LegacyMaker Sports Network. We'd like to thank all our sponsors for all of their support. We'd like to thank the Spiders for the post-game interview. We'd like to thank the Rams for hosting us. And once again, everybody, we'll see you all in a couple of weeks. Once we figure out our next game here on the LegacyMaker Sports Network, the Spiders and the Rams will be on the move. So once we figure that out, we'll let you know. Until then, I'm Darrell Owens, LegacyMaker Sports Network. Until next time.